everybody. First of all, I'm just glad to see everybody and that they made it in who knows what snowstorm. When I looked out my window, I felt like I was ready to go to the Yukon. Then I got on Baltimore-Washington Parkway and I felt maybe dog sleds would have worked better. But I'm glad to see all of you. And first, I'd like to say a very special word to Colonel Rothstein. Hasn't he done a great job here at Fort Meade? I'm really proud of him and grateful for him. Colonel, you're our mayor here at Fort Meade. You're the garrison commander. You really are the leader of all of the wonderful tenants here, from the great National Security Agency to now the VA Clinic. And we think that you've done this with a real devotion to duty, a real attention to detail, and outreach to the community that really helped fortify the support for this wonderful base. And we want to just thank you for what you've done every day in every way to serve our military, to serve our military families, and your service to the nation. We hate to see you go, and who knows what the future might be. But let's give him another round of applause. And I know County Executive Laura Newman was to be here, but with the snowstorm, I think she's at her duty station or battle station, whatever way you might call it, in terms of looking at the command and control for traffic and whatever. I see the Newman team right here on the front bench, and a warm hello to all of you. Let's give them a round of applause. And just a message back to our county executive. She's where she should be this morning. And second, we've already gotten reports, wonderful reports, about a renewed relationship between the county and the base, that it's been revitalized, it's been rekindled, that there's a new energy, a new way of communicating. And we really thank her for her hands-on relationship to meeting with the colonel and with all the all of our facilities here. So thank her for what she's doing, and we look forward to working with her. To our VA forces, we thank you for all that you're here. Dr. Snow, Fernando, Dennis Smith. Are you going to talk, Dennis? Good. It wouldn't be a VA meeting without Dennis. We want to thank them for all of their work in our military. But I also want to say a special word of thanks on behalf of Team Maryland, the Maryland delegation, to our veteran service organizations. You are so wonderful for what you do every day. We want to thank you because in friendship and fellowship, often always on your own time and on your own dime, you are out there serving our veterans. Thank you for your voice of advocacy. Thank you for your helping hand of friendship and services. Thank you for pushing us in the direction we need to be pushed in. And we want to thank you for what you do, because without you, I don't think we could serve our Maryland veterans community and our national veterans community the way we do. So the delegation and I want to thank you for your intrepid, faithful service to our veterans. Before I say a few words about the clinic, really in behalf of the delegation, Team Maryland, you see us here, Senator Cardin, Congressman Ruppersberger, Congressman Sarbanes. We have some good news. The first thing is that the Congress actually worked together on a bipartisan basis in the Senate and in the House of Representatives to pass the continuing funding resolution last week, which means no government shutdown. No government shutdown. And what we were able to do in that continuing funding resolution was ensure continuity of funding through 2013. It means that our VA and our United States military will actually know what is in the federal checkbook for the rest of the year. Now, we have a big job to do on sequester. That's for another forum, and we're working to solve that. But what we're saying here today is that we provided certainty for 2013. And a special word about the VA budget. The VA budget is in something we call mandatory spending. That means, you know what? We can't touch it. We can't use it for other political purposes, other shortfalls, other kinds of issues and problems for the United States of America. We've got our arms wrapped around the VA budget just the way you want to wrap your arms around our veterans when they come home and are right here to this clinic and other services. And our feeling is, don't mess with the VA budget. Is that the way you feel too? And today's a happy day. This brand new clinic here at Fort Meade. Wow. Glen Burnie had already reached capacity. Howard County doesn't have one. So here we are at Fort Meade that will serve 80,000 veterans. It has the potential for serving 80,000 veterans. This is absolutely fantastic. And much has been said about the new modern facility, but I love what's going to go on inside of the facility. The fact that we're going to emphasize preventive screening, particularly for ophthalmology and eyes, diabetic screening, often a hidden disease for our returning military and our aged military. We're going to have a primary care physician. We're going to have the doctors, we're going to have the nurses, and we're going to have the social workers. I'm a social worker, and I know that through the social work and putting it together at this VA clinic, there will be a team serving the whole person, helping the whole person get the medical and social services they need and which they have and that which they definitely have earned. And the special thing that makes me happy is what they're going to do in women's health. This is going to be one of the premier veterans primary care centers that acknowledges the role and magnitude that women have played in our United States military. And it will have our general services, but then there's gender-specific services that will be able to help them. And then using new technology of telehealth and telemental health. That means we can be hooked up to the mothership downtown in Baltimore without having to find a parking place. You're going to be able to find your doctor. So we think that this is a great opportunity. We, the team Maryland here, wanted to make sure there was money in the federal checkbook for this facility, $4.7 million. In the scheme of the federal budget, a very little money. But in the scheme of what it means to our veterans, it's a very big deal. And we're going to continue to fight for that. That just as the war winds down, doesn't mean that our service to our veterans wind down. And in fact, as the war winds down over there, we need to ramp up our services back here. Let's not make our veterans stand in line to get their disability claims processed. Let's make them not ever stand in line to get the medical services that they need. You're in the front line here, you should be able to go to the head of the line here for your medical services, your disability benefits if you've earned them, and let's help them find jobs where they're never in the unemployment line. God bless them, God bless you, God bless America.